mission is to capture and hold the WoT objective. Enemies in the area. Take them out or capture their base. Let's get this show on the road. Move out!
Who here will earn the glory of Valhalla? The All-Father stirs. War begins.
On mute. There we go. Hello, chat. I'm back. It's normal Friday. You all know me, but some of you might not recognise my guest over this side of Not That Debo. It's been a very long time since he last joined us on the stream, but Debo is our live game director. Usually it means something big is happening in the game when he joins us on a stream. So you might want to reintroduce yourself to everybody. Hold on. Hold that thought. They are saying they can't hear you. What is my OBS doing? Okay,
Testing.
let's try that again.
Hello? Okay, can everyone hear me now?
Yes, there we go. Oh dear.
Okay, excellent. Alrighty, we're going to get through this together.
We are.
So, those of you who don't know me, yeah, I'm Not That Debo. I'm the live game director for World of Tanks Modern Armor on Xbox and PlayStation. I used to be on this chat and channel once in a while, usually only for sort of big ticket items, especially you know, when we get something wrong, because it's important that I talk to you guys about when we really get something wrong. In this case, it's happier circumstances than that, thankfully. And although I do apologize for depriving you guys of our creative director and our lead designer, hopefully you can put up with me for 1 week, okay? Looking forward to talking with you.
Can we turn up your audio just slightly? 2 seconds. Discord. We will push that all the way up to about there. That should solve that problem. He looks like a giant. Well, I've not actually met Debo in person yet, but I hear it sometimes that he is a bit of a giant in the office. Right then, chat.
Yes, I have been accused of, you know, being a Rubius Hagrid fanboy, but, you know, I don't know about giant.
See, when I first saw your camera getting turned on and I saw the hair, my first thought was the rugby player that was nicknamed the Honey Badger, because it's very similar hair again. That's where my mind goes on most times,
I'll
chat.
accept that.
So yeah, it didn't go to anything movie-wise or anything like that. It went straight to, oh, rugby. But chat already knows all about that. Right, anyways, chat, you've already noticed.
There are a number of rugby things.
You've already noticed the giveaway is happening much earlier today. That's because Debo over here doesn't actually have much time with us today. So, we're hoping to get the stream done in about half an hour, 45 minutes at a push. So, get signed up to the giveaway really, really quickly, because there are going to be 2 googly eye packs up for grabs, which means you get the camo, and that is 1 voucher for each part of the seasons, and also 2 emblems of each googly eye. So you'll get 2 googly eyes, 2 evil eyes, and 2 of the googly eyes with eyelashes. No, you will still be able to get all of your time on drops if you joined us for Tuesday stream as well, because it's 2.5 hours to get all your drops, and Tuesday stream is 2 hours, and sometimes it runs over just a little bit. No Ultimate Season Pass? No Ultimate Season Pass this time, because, well, those googly eye packs are, you know, elusive, and they're only here until Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesdays, shall we quickly go over some of the topics that joined us on this Tuesday's update? So all of the good little updates that people have been enjoying already. When I can find the images anyway. Nope, wrong image set. That image set. Because, if I lead in on this, we had things like the Team Health Bar, which is over that side, joining us on Tuesday. So, we've got the Team Health Bar, you've got those in, you can customise that to however you want. Debo would have seen the earlier iterations where this was just a tiny little number on our screens when we were testing everything. So it's really come a long way, hasn't it?
It has indeed.
And then, what else did we have on Tuesday? Oh, that's right, this one has been enjoyed. Ensk has been enjoyed. But people have been really appreciative of this. The camo preview in the store. Now, we know you want it to turn, we know that, we've already got that in a ticket somewhere to be worked on, so that we can add that in. But you can now see the camos applied to a tank in the store, which is what you've asked for ages and ages. I've seen this one so many times. Lots of talk about the drops, because they want the drops. Yes, Ensk returned to all tiers on the World War II side of things, and as well the server select button. You probably can't see it in that tiny corner because we did move it so that it wasn't taking up prominent space, but it's there, it's back, it's something you all kept requesting to come back, so here it is, all done. Right, so if there's anything you want to tell us about any of these updates, including all of the other updates that have happened within the season, as well as, you know, the map, the season itself, head on over to places like Discord or our socials. Let us know what you've been enjoying, what you've not been enjoying as much, because we know we don't hit the mark 100% of the time with what you guys like, you know. I've seen some people be a bit sad over that alleged Loch Ness monster because he's not turned up yet. But it is only alleged, so who's saying it's actually real? Right then, now to move on to a topic that Mr. Debo is here to actually talk about, which is the server stability, especially within the EU server. It's why Debo is actually here today, because we've got some things to talk about and to tell you about with all of these, because it's a little bit messier, shall I say, than we had hoped for when we've been starting to look into a lot of these comments, Debo.
Good thing. Happy to talk about that, and happy to be here today to address this in particular. So, of course, everybody knows connection issues, lag, those are just deal breakers for any live service game with enthusiastic players. Really hard to enjoy a game when there's lag and disconnects and various problems of that nature. We're very much aware that EU server cluster is disproportionately affected by lag issues and reports of latency and lag and disconnection, etc. So, we understand that hurts gameplay, it reduces everybody's enjoyment, and it reduces our enjoyment too. I will not say that we have a magic wand, but I am here to tell you that we're starting some investigations. We notice particular patterns of behavior, and it's usually around things that we would really like people to enjoy, like, say, the D-Day event or Winterfest. Those events clearly produce the most stress, particularly in the EU cluster, and we're trying to find an initial point of entry into solving some of these problems. And that's going to require us to do a bunch of investigations, because right now, the possible set of issues that could be causing server lag and latency is big, really large, and we have to narrow the terrain down until we get down to a thing or a set of things that we can take direct action on. So our first step, which I'm going to share with you today, is that we are going to do some experiments to determine the effect of map size on cluster performance in our EU server cluster. We have a hypothesis that certain maps, due to their size, perhaps certain cultural placements, things like that, on the maps, resources used to generate the maps, we're thinking that they may play some role. How big or how small a role, we do not know, hence the experiment. So basically what we're going to do is, for a period of time from April 8th, 10:01 UTC to April 15th at 8:59 UTC, we're going to run a live server performance test, during which we will remove some of those large maps from rotation so that we can then observe cluster behavior and see if there is any meaningful difference in the load on that cluster. Obviously, you guys will understand that if we see a significant reduction in load at the same player levels, and we will know that we've found something, and we can begin to dig into those maps in earnest and figure out if there's something that can be addressed there. If we don't see a meaningful change in server performance with those maps removed for that period of time, we will know that the maps are not the issue, and we will chalk that off and we will move on to the next investigation. But please understand that this is the beginning of a set of activities that we're going to undertake with the goal of improving server performance to an acceptable level for you all. And we're going to keep on it until we get it, because obviously we want to continue to do events like D-Day and Christmas events and Halloween and etc. And we want to be able to do bigger and better things, and that means better server performance is required. So this is just step one in, at this point, an unknown journey, right? We don't know how many steps it's going to take to get there, but we will get there. So with that said, KB, do you want to let everybody know what maps are going to come out of rotation for that week of April 8th to April 15th?
Yes, and chat is already asking for this list as well. So, everyone, we're going to be removing Desville, Cowbang, Mannheim, Fredvang, both versions of Hellfire Pass, so that's the World War II version and Cold War version, Azure Coast and Nabelberg, again, both versions, so the World War II version and the Cold War version. We know, they're not going to permanently be leaving the map rotation. They will be coming
100%.
back. It's just for this 1 week.
Just after what KB is saying. Yeah, this is not a permanent change. If we find that these maps are part of the problem and contribute to a meaningful degree to the server performance problems, obviously we're going to have to investigate what things can be fixed on those maps. We will not keep the maps out indefinitely while we work on them if they're the problem. So, worst case, we find that the maps have no impact on the server performance issues seen in the EU. In that case, the maps just go back. In the case where we do find specific issues, depending on the size of the issues, the maps will still go back, but we'll also follow up with that. Okay, we might start pulling one or two here or there to rework them, but that's only if we find something actionable. But right now, the default is if we find no meaningful data coming back from this change, we will just put the maps back into rotation immediately after April 15th, 8:59 UTC, and they'll be back in regular rotation. So you won't be going without them for long.
Right, so no permanent change, but you can be happy because we're not going to do anything like this without making sure that map rotation stays stable. That's been one of the big things that Mr. SPG has been telling us about. We've got to keep the map rotation stable, which means we're also going to have some maps come into rotation for this limited time period to keep everything on track so that map rotation doesn't suffer. So I actually have a list here that we can have a look through together to see which maps are being added to which eras so that you can see where all of the maps are going to be spread out across. So then, if I move over to there, Debo, do you want to run through the list of maps? Can you see them, or would you like me to call them out for you?
Oh, I've got it. Thank you. Happy to do that. So as you can see from the visual here, we're going to have the following maps temporarily added to the Cold War rotation. That will be Muravanka, Arctic Region, Himmelsdorf, Fjords, Great Wall, Live Oaks. Those will be the ones that we'll use, for the time being, to kind of pad out the map rotation while we have those other large maps, pulled.
Yes, now chat, remember, these may not be entirely the best maps to go into things like Era 3, but again, we've got to be careful of the map rotation, and to keep a healthy map rotation, we do need to put this many maps back in. But, you know what? Gives you a chance to do some crazy stuff on things like Himmelsdorf and some really fast tanks. Have any of you tried going down the banks in Himmelsdorf in a fast tank yet? Or at least a Cold War fast tank? Because I can see some crazy ram kills happening over the next week. No? Just me? Just me, apparently.
I don't know. I don't know if crazy ram kills may not be everyone's cup of tea. I don't know. I personally am a fan of the crazy ram kill. That's
well,
okay.
Yeah, there we go. We can be crazy together, and I'll be happy with that. So that's the big news out of the way. That's unfortunately, chat. It's something we've got to do to get the investigation started. So those maps we mentioned earlier will come out for the week. We will put these maps into rotation just for the week, just to make sure that, it's not these large maps causing that server instability that a lot of you are seeing on the EU server. Because, well, we all know that server instability does not make for a good gaming experience. Investigation. No. Yes, Agua.
I just want to reiterate as we close out this segment here what KB is saying. It's like, we know it sucks. It sucks for everybody who plays on those clusters regularly. I get it. It's no fun. We are committed to figuring out ways to fix this. This is just step one, as I said. We're going to keep working on this until we have server performance at acceptable levels because, again, we want to do bigger and better things. As somebody said in the chat, we'd like even bigger maps. Obviously, we've got our work cut out for us, but we'll figure it out. That's my commitment to you, and this is just step one. We'll see what we learn from this experiment. Then we'll do the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing until we've narrowed down the set of causes that are most impactful to server performance, and then we're going to address them. And at that point, it's probably code, it's probably resources, it's probably a number of things, but that's the approach we're going to take. And please understand, that's our commitment to you. That's why I'm here today, is to tell you that this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's not going to be a one and done. So I recognize that there is some inconvenience in losing some of these maps and things like that, but I hope you all understand it's to produce an overall benefit for everybody playing the game in terms of improved server performance. So thank you for your patience while we go through this.
Right, and on that note, chat, I actually have something a bit more upbeat to go through with you all, because we are going to be bringing back the Battle Heroes. Now, I don't know how many of you remember the old Battle Heroes. It was even before my time. That's how long ago some of these were. But this time we're bringing Battle Heroes back, and we've put a bit of a twist on it. Devo, do you want to tell them about the new twist whilst I pull up the emblem and the medal?
Sure thing. Yeah, that's right. It's now a monthly event, and every month we're going to feature different performance categories. So if you perform well in those categories, you could earn the Battle Hero medal and an exclusive emblem that you can rock out there in the game and let everybody know what time it is, and that you are one of the ones who've managed to be that elite. So I think that's going to be fun. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I know some other people in the studio are looking forward to it as well.
Now, we are kicking this up.
Those look nice.
Oh, don't they look nice? The team's made a really good job of updating the medal and creating an emblem from it. But on top of this, we're going to be focusing on the Japanese tanks for April. So technically, it's kind of already started. So if you've been playing the Japanese heavy tanks, you could already be in the running to try and grab some of these. So these are the Japanese heavy tanks in tiers 1 to 10 in the World War II game mode, and the top performer in each category of the following, give me a moment, will be able to earn medal and emblem. So you will be able to earn in top damage dealt, the total kills, damage blocked, spotting assist, track assist, enemies spotted, medals earned, and base free XP earned. This is going to run from, well, it's already started running. It started actually on April 1st and runs all the way through to April 30th, and then we will announce the winners on May 2nd. But that's not the only place where you'll find out. We will also put the winners on a Portal article as well. And speaking of Portal articles, there will be a Portal article explaining all of this on Monday for some of the bits that we've just talked about with the map rotation and everything. That Portal article actually drops after this stream today. So you will still be able to pick up all your news as normal.
Awesome. Oh, and hey, everybody, please remember, only 96 players per year are going to earn at Honor. So it is rare, it's going to be prestigious, and yes, you can win it more than once.
Yes. So, plenty of ways to get involved if you're grinding the Japanese heavy tanks. If you've got, I don't know, maybe you've only just hit tier 6 on that line, you can still have chance to win one of these new, returning fancy shiny emblems and medals. So then, that's put us through all of that. Yes, I've said tiers 1 to 10 because off the top of my head I can't remember exactly where the Japanese heavies start. We've got over, 1,200 tanks in game now? So it's a lot of tanks to keep remembering.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of tanks to keep remembering.
Yes. Well, there's a key rule here. Whenever we ask how many tanks are in the game, we always make sure it's an odd number because odd numbers are more believable to people. So we always say something like 1,235.
Okay then. Okay. 1,235. We'll go with that number. Don't even know if it's true, but we're going with it.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Easy way for me to remember a number then. But that's not everything that's coming back in. We've also got some new camos coming. Well, I say new camos, we've had them built for a little bit. It's just the first time you lot are going to see them and be able to pick them up. So, these... Let's get the first one up actually. Because you've all seen the patriotic camos before. We've got more coming in. Including one for mercenary tanks, which is, I don't know, I think it'd look better on the Thresher if I'm honest, but that's just because it's my favourite tank. Or my favourite mercenary. Maybe.
Fair enough.
We've also got one for the Italian patriotic set, which it does look pretty cool. We've also got one
I
for...
agree. I like the barrel on one.
We've got one for check as well. And to be fair, I do like the way the colours work on that one. It just works really nicely. And then finally, we've also got the German camo coming in, which kind of with that black and orange looks like tiger stripes again.
Yeah, that one always makes me think back to some of the stuff we did for the Arnie and Mila event.
Oh yes,
We had some real wild skins.
Those were some wild skins. But we did make that tiger stripes camo last year as well. That's pretty cool as well. When will the rock crawler be on sale? At the minute, I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen it on any plans. What we've also got next week is booster sales. Boosters are coming back in. You're going to get ×5 vehicle, ×8 commander, ×2 silver boosters. So if you're running low on any of those, be sure to pick them up and chat while we're here. I'm going to give you... You've got less than a minute if you're not already in the giveaway. Have you seen our giveaways now, Debo? Because chat will go a bit wild once we get ready to draw them. Because we have this spinny wheel.
I'm glad people enjoy them.
We have a spinny wheel, and they have to guess the colour that it's going to land on. It says it's ended, right?
That should be fun.
I'll tell you what, chat. I will reopen it for 2 to 3 minutes-ish. When it lets me.
Get in there, guys.
When it lets me.
Clock's ticking.
That one. Go to that one.
While we're waiting for that to spin up, should also mention that anyone who's looking to dress up their tanks in some new and exciting ways, you know, if you look at all those things, the mercenaries, the Italian, the Czech, and the German, those are all going to be available for a while. So give them a hard think. Not trying to be too much of a hard salesman, but I like the skins, so give them a hard think. See which one of them kind of tickles your fancy.
Right, there you go, chat. You've got 3.5 minutes to make sure your name is in my giveaway list. Mr. SPG says camouflage is not skins.
Yes, Mr. SPG is always right. I never argue with him.
Well, I'll argue with him then, because he keeps trying to get me to play tanks I don't want to play. But then again, so does the chat, which is, you know, that makes me sad, chat. That makes me sad. But anyways, we've also got to remember that the googly eye camo, in fact, I have still got this, just let me turn off all the other eyes that I added in last week. Okay, we used a lot of copies of the googly eye emblem last week. Aha! There we go. If I throw that up, there we go. And then we will take that one down and go over there. There we go, chat. Right. Googly eye camo. That way. It's up for grabs now in the giveaway. You've also got a chance on Discord to win it again by showing us your tanks with the googly eye emblems attached. So we're basically seeing how many tanks look good in googly eyes. Or if you want to, you know, imagine you're part of a generation that says things weird, we're doing googly eye fit checks. Because apparently that's the in word.
Just imagine, everybody. Yeah, take a moment and just imagine the epic majesty of a TOG 2. You've got all that real estate covered with googly eyes.
We did that on Tuesday. It is fantastic. It is fabulous, and I'm possibly going to put googly eye camo across all of the seasons on my TOG now.
It's a good choice. TOG doesn't get enough love.
TOG does not get enough love. In fact, while you're here, can you maybe poke the right people into getting us the 28 pounder put on the TOG now?
Oh, I might know somebody I could talk to about that. Yeah.
Because
Now, granted, I mean, generally when I have to make suggestions like that, though, you have to understand there's a protocol. If I want something like that changed, first I have to fight a bear.
you have to fight a bear.
And if I mean, yeah, I have to fight a bear. And if I manage to fight the bear and, sufficiently quell his rage, then, then generally I can, get one of these changes in. But, it's an uphill climb, man.
Okay. Well, the chat would...
For a 28-pounder, I mean, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, for a 28-pounder, I'd be willing to fight the bear.
Yeah, and chat would love you forevermore if you managed to get us the 28-pounder onto the tog. Seriously,
Oh boy,
since
it
that...
sounds like I've got my homework assignment.
Yeah, since that video released by the Tank Museum in, I think it was December or early January, they have been asking so many times. It's like, can we get the 28-pounder? Can we get the 28-pounder? Look, they even said it's a 28-pounder! So yeah, we get that
There
off
you go.
chat a lot. And we have brought it up with
You can
BAM
have-
and ZOTS, and, well, we'll bring it up with you as well.
Well, I guess I have a mission to pursue now coming out of this.
Definitely. Well,
How are we doing on the giveaway here?
Giveaway's got just under a minute left, actually a couple of seconds on it. So I will be able to go in and download that lovely list of winners and now, because that has just closed back up. So we do the download. We load up the list of people. And then they're going to start shouting colours at us again. Oh, no, not that keyboard. I want that keyboard. And then... we should have a wheel tab on here. No? No, you're not working? Apparently it doesn't want to show the wheel. What?
Mr. SPG is asking for tartan.
Mr. SPG asks for a lot.
True.
And some very chaotic stuff. There we go. There's
It's also true. Mr. SPG gives a lot.
He does. He does a lot of hard work in the background that the players don't always see. So, there is a wheel. Let's get it filled with names. Is it going in? Are we loading? There we go.
You can see a wheel.
You can see a wheel. Right, we're ready, chat. Are you guessing your colours, or have you already done?
Just remember, chat, if you can spin a wheel, you can dodge a ball.
And yes, this is the type of comments we have to deal with in our meetings, chat. If you're really lucky, we'll get an end of stream
It's like
dad
this-
joke.
Uh-oh, well, now you said it. That's like saying Beetlejuice. Look what you've done.
We actually tell the chat
You
quite
heard-
often.
You heard it, chat. I mean, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. You see what happens. They invoke it, and then it has to happen.
Okay, so the first winner of the Googly Eye pack with camo is Gunner JZ on PlayStation, and that was a green one, chat. And then following up with our second winner. This one's red, in case any of you guessed red, which I'm sure you would have, and this is going to SWFC Ricardo on Xbox. So then,
Congratulations.
so then, chat, you know when we actually tell you that the one of us, that somebody in the studio makes some really chaotic jokes, and sometimes we share them with you, because, well, they're that good, we feel like they should be shared to everybody. This is your dude for them. Hey!
I don't know what anyone's talking about here. As you can see, I'm as serious as a judge. Always.
Always so serious. Always. Snowy's got a competitor. Snowy will have met their match when Debo gets started. It's always a shame when he takes time off.
Challenge accepted.
Always a shame when he takes time off because we know that we're not going to get a really good joke at the end of some of our meetings.
You know.
See, our colleagues will
I'm
never
not the dad
admit
joke.
it. Our colleagues would never admit it, but they do appreciate all of the jokes you come up with.
Look, you know, it's one of those things. It's not about the dad joke people want. It's about the dad joke that people need, deserve.
See, this is what we deal with,
All right.
chat. It's great. Is that all?
I just wanted to
Yes, chat,
say,
that's all.
Congratulations to our winners. I think it's awesome that a couple people spun the wheel and won. I have never won anything in my life except increased tax bills.
Oh dear, that one. That one probably jumps out at people too. Yeah, people are liking that one. But that is now a wrap on today's stream. As we mentioned earlier on, Debo has other meetings that he needs to get to, so it's going to be a shorter one today.
Hey, KB.
Yes?
Hey, KB.
Yes?
Hey. You know, before I came on stream, I really thought about workshopping a dad joke about time travel, but none of you liked it.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. And you know what? It may have been one of those dad jokes, but we love you for it. We do love you for your jokes, Debo.
Appreciate it. At least somebody does. Thanks so
Mr.
much for having me. It was
Mr.
great talking with you
SPG
all.
is crying in chat. We have to deal with this every week. Every week without fail, he says.
Why they call it work.
It's why they call it work. So, anyways, chat, the article for the server fun times that we're going to be doing next week with the map rotation is now live on the portal. It will pop up in Discord shortly. And other than that, make sure you check out the camos if you're missing any or want to pick up more of the gaming. The googly eye camos, make sure to go to the store and pick them up before Tuesday because then they disappear into the ether. And I could game for a while to extend the stream. I could, but I've also got things to catch up on as I had to take a little bit of PTO this week, so I do need to catch up on a few things myself, unfortunately, chat. So, we're gonna love you, leave you, give you that trailer a run through one last time, just to eke out another couple of minutes. And everybody on YouTube, we will see you on Tuesday. Everybody on Twitch, stick around. We will find somebody to raid for you all to go and share the love with. And yes, I am a busy businesswoman, you're quite right. So chat, we will see you all again next week. Any parting words from yourself, Debo?
None whatsoever. Just know that we appreciate you guys, and we love that you're still playing our game this many years in. And stay tuned. More good things are coming.
Bye, everyone.
Our mission is to capture and hold the work objective. Enemies in the area. Take them out or capture their base. Let's get this show on the road. Move out.
here will earn the glory of Valhalla? The All-Father stirs. War begins.